kept pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life feels lemons, just remember. Just remember. Just remember. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds, and when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just remember. Just remember. Just remember. Just remember.
And welcome, race fans, to Sim Racing Media's coverage of the virtual American Short Track Tour from Southern National Motorsports Park for the Jimmy Phillips Memorial tonight. I'm Cliff in the booth alongside Mike Damani. Mike, thank you for joining us tonight on short notice. How are you?
Well, doing pretty good. Looking forward to this short track racing. Have seen these guys race on our network over the past couple weeks and look forward to see what they can do with their super late models here at Southern National Motorsports Park.
Yeah, absolutely. I know it's going to be exciting. We got some really powerful, fast machines on a very short racing surface, just under 0.4 of a mile here, so not even quite a half. But they'll get going for the heat number 1 here. And without due process, it's not going to take us much time to get rolling here. We'll be flying short track racing here under the lights. Eventually, the sun will go down, and we will get into our feature later on tonight. But for now, heat number 1, you guys will get gridded, and we will take you through it real quick. We'll bring up the grid on the screen. I don't know if we'll be able to show you or run through it as quick as we'll be able to normally. But there's your qualifying results. Justin Sipes, Dominic Chisholm, Braxton DeWeese, Ethan Smith, Isaac Shelley, Danny Cochran, Billy Cassidy, Todd Lampier, Owen Joyce, Thomas Walter, Dakota Moniz, and do apologize if I'm murdering any of these names. This is a last-minute kind of coverage here. Unfortunately, Liam's normally with us, but not able to make it here tonight. So you got me and Mike. We're going to make the best of it. We're going to have a good time, the best we can, as these guys will get rolling here. These machines are ready to battle it out. I mean, it's going to be, I'm expecting some beating and banging, some short track racing, some paint rubbing. This is what it's all about as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, definitely. And when you look through this field, this first heat is loaded with last week's winners of both heat races with Dominic Chisholm and Braxton DeWeese, and last week's winner, Danny Cochran there. So it is definitely a top-loaded field here as we get ready for Heat 1 to go green.
Definitely don't blink. Do not take your eyes off the screen because these laps will tick off quick. Heat number 1 here of the Jimmy Phillips Memorial at Southern National. The quote goes, you win some, you lose some, you wreck some. Let's see what we got here tonight. Lap 1 underway. Green flag is out.
Yep, Dominic Chisholm gets out just in front of Justin Spicer. Is able to close down on that inside lane.
Justin Sipes and Braxton DeWeese 2-3. Those 3 cars able to pull away just a bit, but Easton Smith and Isaac Shelley side by side right behind them as they're door to door for 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th here. Small group straggling back, but everyone mid-pack really grouped up here. You could throw a blanket over 4th through 9th there. Dominic Chisholm is dominating the race.
Yeah, the first part of this race, or the first over half of this field, isn't going to matter too much because you've got, I believe they're going to have 10 moving on to the feature. So the ones you really want to look for are the guys towards the back, other than the guys trying to get track position for that feature race.
Yeah, we'll look here at 11th place, kind of off the pace here. So no pressure there for top 10 here. Dakota Moniz. So no pressure from behind right now with 11 laps to go. Car getting sideways there towards the back of the field. Here we are, Owen Joyce, the 19 machine, going around here on his own. Staying green, he'll keep it going.
Yeah, even with that, he still has a pretty comfortable margin in front of Billy Cassidy there. But like you said, powerful cars on a short track, you get a little too heavy on that go pedal and you'll go around pretty quick too. So Dominic Chisholm here's making his way around again. Gonna see about winning this heat race just like he won last week's heat race too.
Trying to figure out here why I lost the sticker.
Because it's heat racing. But we're just now going to be completing lap 11, working on 12 of 15. And Chisholm has about a second lead over second place, Justin. And then Braxton DeWeese back there in third place.
Get a lot of pressure there from Isaac Shelley, the 98 car. But few drivers there brushing the wall just about corner in. So pretty exciting here so far. We're ticking off laps like you read about. They get around here pretty fast. White flag.
No, white flag.
Oh, sorry.
Like we were talking about earlier in the broadcast, 14-second laps don't take very long to get around here.
The Heat 1 is going to come to a conclusion here as Dominic Chisholm wins it. Justin Sipes about 1.4 seconds behind him. It looks like Thomas Walter, Garrett Talmadge not going to go on to the next heat. We'll get gridded up here for heat number 2. Justin Potter, Christopher Smith, Mason Cassidy, Jim Duda, George Fonseca, or Jorge Fonseca maybe, Ryan Bird, Aaron Kralik, John Stutler, I apologize, Evan Burke and Rob Hattenbach going to be in this this heat. And Thomas Green looks like he did not make the grid. We'll get rolling here for heat number 2. Justin Potter and Christopher Smith will take us across the line in the front row.
See these guys sitting 3 or 4 back trying to warm up their tires, trying to get that run to get some track position, because we saw in the first heat not a lot of people were able to pass anybody. The only passes were made when somebody made a mistake and caught that outside wall. Here we come down to the green flag. Justin Potter gets a pretty good run on that inside lane.
Oh, trouble already.
21 gets turned. Yellow flag is out.
Christopher Smith here in the 21 machine goes around. Let's see if we can take a look at what happened. Just as the pace car comes down.
Oh.
And it's a little bit of a tap from behind there, and that's going to send him around real simple. A little bit too much of a beating and banging there.
Yeah, just carried a little bit too much speed in, and looked like Jim Duda just clipped him just a little bit, and that's all it takes to send somebody around here.
We'll get racked back up here.
So we'll see how they get them all stacked up and ready to go again. Christopher Smith went from the front to the back real fast there. Back to green flag racing. Mason Cassidy gets a huge run on that inside line. Justin Potter still stuck on that outside lane. And try and see if he can get down here shortly.
Oh, one
and around they
going
go in
around.
the back.
Aaron Kralik goes around here. I got the ticker working again. I apologize for that for you folks watching at home. Thank you again for joining us. A little bit of chaotic going for these first heats. But the other one, Aaron Kralik goes around. 7 to go here in heat number 2. And actually bring up our results quick of the first heat. If you missed it, there's your heat 1 results. Nice. We don't like cautions. No one does, but it's nice to take a breath here. As these laps, go by at under 15 seconds. It's hard to get a word in, even with before they come around for another lap. Never mind tell you who just won the last heat. So we're doing our best. I guess you gotta be able to talk a little faster on these short tracks. It's definitely tough to say what you want to say before something else happens.
Yeah, 14 seconds a lap. It comes and goes pretty quickly here. But Mason Cassidy was on that inside lane and was able to make that work really well. Not sure exactly what happened to Justin Potter there, but he's clear back in 9th now. Looks like he might have spun around a little bit too.
But Jim Duda here sitting in 10th place. He's got Aaron Kralik, who we just saw go around, and Thomas Green did not take the track. So it looks like we really only got one car to worry about whether or not it's going to make it through or not. Right now on the bubble is going to be Aaron Kralik. Or Aaron Kralik. Back up front with Mason Cassidy following the pace car around. Pace car should jump off this time by, and we'll have 4 laps to go here in heat number 2. Back under green, 3 to go. 71 of Mason Cassidy takes us across the line. 42 of Jorge Fonseca and Ryan Bird going to battle it out here for their door-to-door for 2nd place.
Getting almost 3 wide back there, as Philip York was trying to stick his nose in there for a little bit.
Yeah, getting real racy about mid-pack as some of these drivers. Oh! Like the 9 car here of Sean Huffstutler. Gonna get into a little bit of a altercation here. Let's take a look, go back and see what happened. You see the blue car right in the middle here. Oh, he's just gonna get hooked.
Those 62 went into that outside wall, and everybody kind of went around there.
Well, let's get right back to it live so we don't miss any of this action here. 3 laps left in heat number 2. Top 10 will advance into the feature. Then we'll get a last chance qualifier. We'll go 25 laps to get one more car into the main event if needed. And of course our feature will be 125 laps here at Southern National Motorsports Park. Thank you for joining us here on Sim Racing Media. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't yet. And hit that bell notification if you want to get a ping every time we go live. We got racing all week long. Be sure to join us. If you're looking for more racing, a wide variety. So check out our YouTube page. And also check out our webpage, simracingmedia.com. So here we go. Green flag back in the air. Southern Motorsports Park. Short track racing, beating and banging. The 42 gets shoved by the 49. They'll try to sort it out as Mason Cassidy in the 71 is going to start to pull ahead as he has all race long.
It looks like that 97 was trying to get his nose under there and wasn't able to do so. 42 still stuck out on that outside line as we come to the finish line here.
I think the 9 machine of Sean Huff Stutler is going to get pushed out of this qualifier or this heat. And that will do it for our heat races. So that'll do it. I believe we're going to go right to our feature here. As we've got 24 cars gridding up. Dominic Chisholm and Mason Cassidy are going to take our front row.
Should be getting set to get all gridded up here. We're going to be set for 21, but it looks like we're actually going to wind up with 22 as the 32 and 3 did not make any laps.
So we're gonna jump on board here with the 00 of Ethan Smith. We talked about being the Jimmy Phillips Memorial at Southern National. Memorial race here today. As the 00 of Ethan Smith, they take a parade lap around. We all moment of silence here for the Jimmy Phillips Memorial. We'll get back in line. Dominic Chisholm's going to take us to the green. When we get back to it, we will be under some fast-paced short track racing under the lights here at Southern Motorsports. Here we go. Dominic Chisholm, Mason Cassidy going to take us to it. We are under green flag. Get ready for some beating and banging all night long for the next 125 laps. Right here on Sim Racing Media.
As the
trouble.
what was that? The
like the 42
62?
Jorge.
Oh, 62,
possibly?
the 42.
All kinds here. Let's see if we can see what happened.
Oh, the 98.
98's going to get to the 42 here, and the 42 is just going to get sideways across the racetrack. A couple of cars towards the back of the pack, unable to get woed up, and going to cause some collateral damage there.
So 4 laps in here.
Yeah, 4 laps in. No fast repairs here tonight. No changing of tires are allowed. So what you got, what you brought is what you got. And if you want to beat it up, eventually you're going to have to probably park it. Too much damage on these cars, and you're going to have to. So, you know, as much as it is short track racing, it's beating and banging. You still got to take care of your stuff. You got to keep the fenders on it, and hopefully be there at the end of 125 laps. So far, we've got at least one or two cars with some substantial damage, and you know, we'll see how that goes for them. But meanwhile, still in front, Chisholm. Sipes up now on the front row, sitting second. Mason Cassidy gets shuffled back to third. I think this 55 machine's got something for the leader.
Does come down to green. Chisholm gets that huge run that he got earlier, and Sipes falls in behind him. Doesn't look like Cassidy's going to be going either.
A bit of a wider corner than the leader did, but now he'll fall right back in behind him and follow him through the corner there at the bottom. I've never raced here at Southern National, or I'm sorry, Southern National Motorsports Park. So I don't know what the preferred line is here, but I'm assuming that top side's got a little bit of bank in there, and some of these drivers might prefer that higher line.
Yeah, in the corners here it is banked a little higher, but the straightaways are basically flat as the 2 gets almost into the back of that 51.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as you straighten it out, you're at another corner, especially with these high-powered super late models. And so you're, these corners come up quick, and you're flattening out, and then you're back into the corner. It's got to be a pretty wild ride for some of these guys. If not all of them. That's what I should say. We're looking at 14 seconds. Best lap time out there so far. 14 flat, it looks like. That's just a blistering pace.
Yeah, Chisholm's not taking any prisoners here. He's just basically going for it, and as his preferred line. You can see some of the other drivers looking to almost follow it as he's the fastest car on track. Cassidy back in third now after he lost the lead and wound up starting inside in row 2. But back behind them, everybody's still kind of single file. We do have a couple guys that are forcing it a little too wide, trying to make some passes, but not too much action other than, looks like somebody got a little bit loose there towards the back of the field.
Yeah, right around here in the top 10, there's a few cars here starting to kind of accordion a little bit. The 99's getting anxious to get past the 97. Caution will come out. Danny Cochran involved, Dakota Monas and Christopher Smith all involved here. Go to the skies here to see just what happened. Some short track beating and bang. We got a car on the roof though. I think the 5 machine, Dakota Monas, fell over onto the roof and hopped right back to those wheels. He's gonna roll it out of there. That's something you don't see every day.
No, you definitely don't. But it looked like the 2 had that run, and then the 053 kind of drove in under him just a little bit and didn't give him much room.
We look back at the 5 there, slows up and finds the 2 car. Gonna go on the lid, get a little help back on his wheels. He's gonna roll out of there. The 18 of 25 in the bag. Got a little ways to go here. The sun has just about completely set here over Southern National Motorsports Park. Dominic Chisholm's going to hold on to the top spot. Justin Sipes, Mason Cassidy, our top 3. Right behind them, you got Ryan Bird, Isaac Shelley, Ethan Smith, Braxton DeWeese, Philip York, Robin Hattenback, and Justin Potter are going to round out your top 10. Lights will go off on the pace car. They'll get racked up 2 by 2, and we'll go back to green flag racing for lap 21. If you're just joining us, welcome. You're watching Sim Racing Media here. Mike Damani and Cliff Corvo up in the booth here covering for Liam and Matt Metler, who are off today. They will be back next week for your primetime Sunday night racing here for the Virtual American Short Track Tour. Back under green 55 and the 87 Dominic Chisholm bring us back to it. They'll fall back in line side by side for 3rd place. That's Mason Cassidy and Ryan Bird. And you got Ethan Smith and Isaac Shelley battling it out for 5th and 6th. More carnage behind them. Cars are sideways across the start-finish line. Billy Cassidy in trouble, and a couple of other cars.
See kind of what happened here. Oh, 3 wide there.
Big old mess in front of him. Let's get a little bit of a different view here from behind and see if we can't get a better vantage point happening ahead of him. Yeah, you know, it's just a really short track and not a lot of room out here. When things go wrong, there's really nowhere for anyone to go, and you know, it's just a bad news when someone gets sideways or into another car and basically clogs up the racetrack.
Yeah, it looked like that 062 basically stopped on that high line and forced everybody to kind of go down towards the middle to the inside on that front straightaway and just jammed everybody up there.
Well, 25 laps have gone by under caution here. We're going to jump side by side. You won't miss any of the action, but don't go away. Pay a couple bills here, and we'll be back for more action. Pace cars in. We're back at it. Thank you for staying tuned. Lap 29 as we come across the stripe. Justin Sipes now putting on the nose for Dominic Chisholm, trying to get a pass on him, but that's going to bring everybody to his bumper. We go 3 wide for 5th place here. 15's in the middle of that sandwich.
Definitely not somewhere you want to be when you head into the corners here. But Chisholm's able to hold off that challenge and is now out to almost a second lead again.
Yeah, he's able to keep that car out in front under each green flag drop, and that's an advantage for him as no one can really get to his bumper from there on out. 57, I believe. Trouble here. Thomas Walter.
Justin Potter went around.
Justin Potter.
Hadbach.
Pony machine involved.
Yeah, just a little bumping and banging there a little bit.
Yeah, bumping and banging, and that's gonna, like we talked about earlier, just clog up the track. You get one car, never mind 2 sideways, and half the track's clogged up. You got nowhere to go. The rest of the drivers didn't, or some of the drivers were able to just come through here, able to get woed up. You know, that's the other thing. You've got such a fast pace here with these really powerful, high-speed cars, and when something happens in front of you, they are still a heavy stock car, and it's tough to get them slowed down. So,
yeah, it's definitely one thing to get the speed out of them. And I think the only thing that might be that Chisholm might have to worry about is some of these guys coming off pit road a little late and him hitting them at the wrong part of the track.
yeah, you know, he's got mastered down is those restarts, and as long as he can keep on having those good restarts throughout the night, he's going to be all right. You know, we're seeing a pattern here. We're going to have enough carnage for plenty of caution flags, but as long as he can, like I said, restart really well like he's been doing, he should be okay. Keeping his car solid. If we do get into some longer green flag runs, he might get some lap traffic to worry about. But from here on out, at least for now, he's really just got to worry about those restarts. Chisholm, Sipes, Cassidy, our top 3 common names here so far, dominating the top 3. We've seen some side-by-side and 3-wide action, you know, 4th, 5th on back. So even though Dominic's able to get a big jump on these starts and kind of pace the field here a little bit, we're seeing a lot of action mid to towards the back of the pack here. So see what kind of excitement we got on for the rest of the night.
Green flag back out, and Chisholm just does what he does as the
2
5
car
goes around.
Is that the 5? Yeah. I'm not sure. Is it 2 or the 5?
No,
I think this is the 5. Yep.
Car.
You got it rolling though. We're gonna stay green.
It looked like he had a little help straightening her back out. So
okay, that does definitely help. Caution will come out now.
yeah, it looks like we had another incident on track because I don't believe that one would have been the one to cause it. But let's see.
No, I agree. I think we missed something while we were focused in on the 5 machine here. Looking at the 51, the 062 gets in the back, and the 26
the 26
is already
was
in
sideways.
it.
The 98 sideways.
Todd Lampfield. Let's see if we can see what happened with him. He's already busted up there. .26 coming across the line there. He's going to get help from the 98. And again, once you're sideways and you got cars coming at you, there's nowhere to go. The 51 machine looks like, or the 57 maybe? No, 51 of... maybe not the 51 because I can't find the 51.
It had been the 57 maybe, but yeah, they had those two cars sideways on the bottom half of that track and just clogged it up pretty quick. And you had a couple guys stopped after they hit them on that high line, so everybody else was trying to duck and dodge and find a place to go.
The pace car will pick them back up. They'll get them racked back up 2 by 2 and go back to green momentarily here. So we're working lap 42. '43 now.
Not even halfway through the race yet.
So the 98 of Isaac Shelley here is going to get the wave around. Dominic Chisholm's going to have to do it again. Look at the 55 of Justin Sipes out there on the outside line. If Justin Sipes can figure something out on these restarts and maybe catch the 87 sleeping or something, he might have a chance, but he's going to have to do something about it. 87 gets the dominate jump on the start every time, and then the 55's chasing him down from there on out.
Yeah, that 71 as well of Mason Cassidy was trying to anticipate the run a little bit and just didn't quite do it. Once Chisholm gets out there, he is pretty much gone. I mean, he gets half-second lead pretty quick. As you see, these guys start to stack up behind him. That little flag is out again.
Evan Burke this time. Let's take a look and see if we can find out what happened there. The 062 machine of Evan Burke here. Just going to get loose on his own and go around. Single car spin there this time. Looking for sponsorship on that car, I believe. Going to want to keep it in a straight line if he wants to get someone on board there for the hood.
Yeah, definitely don't want to damage that if you're trying to get some sponsorship money thrown at you.
Say that like I could do any better. Of course I could not.
There's a reason why we're up in the booth, right?
Yeah, don't take that to heart, Mr. Burke. You're doing a much better job than I ever could. These cars are a handful. I've tried them out. They get a lot of power. The rear end likes to get out. So it is not easy, let alone trying to keep up with a pack of 24 of them out here. These guys are doing a great job. You know, for what it's worth, I guess it's short track, beating and banging, trying to keep it in a straight line, having trouble towards, you know, with some of the mid to towards the back. You know, you're trying to get every inch, every mile out there. In this case, every fourth of a mile out there, and it's quick. A lot happens in a very short amount of time, and there's not a lot of room out there, so carnage is bound to happen. But it's been exciting so far. I'll give you that. 50 laps of 125 are complete. Even the pace laps around here are pretty quick, so no problem there as the pace car comes by. Should shut the lights off there this time. Chisholm and Sipes will take us back to green when we get back around here.
Definitely didn't know what to expect when we got the call to call this race, but these guys are putting on a pretty decent show. I mean, you do have a few cautions, but that's to be expected at a short track race like this. Chisholm gets a huge run again, and Sipes is just trying to figure out where to go.
Fans are on their feet taking their pictures at that restart. Chisholm can oh, here we go. The 55 of Justin Sipes is going to give the, oh man, he's going to give the 87 a little bit of a tap there as Dominic Chisholm gets back rolling and has to save it.
Which gives the lead to Ryan Bird.
Ryan Bird's going to grab the lead here. He got that one handed to him. I'm not even sure how he got there.
Yeah, I think Sipes had to slow up just a little bit to get Chisholm off his hood, and when he did that, that was the end of that. Caution again.
Caution for the 21 machine. That's Christopher Smith here. Let's see if we can jump back in time and see what happened.
Well, he definitely took a roll there.
Yeah, looks like he found the 2 machine, and that just instantly flipped his car over. So that's good. That's interesting. Another something you don't see every day moment. Well, Ryan Bird is in an interesting position here. Kind of gained the lead here under a little bit of a tiff between the first and second place car, and that was Dominic Chisholm who was leading. Got a little bit of the 55's bumper from behind. 49 jumps into the lead there, but he's got some damage there. But can he hold off Justin Sipes, who was has been in the top spot in the front row for each of these restarts, but he had Dominic Chisholm below him. So this is going to be interesting right here. Chisholm's going to be back deep in the field. Well, not too deep, but 6th place. So he'll be in the 3rd row when we get back to green. I'd watch out for that 87 machine. He's going to have a little bit of a chip on his shoulders, and is going to want to get back to the front here.
Yeah, I definitely had the dominant car, so we'll see what happens with the little bit of damage he probably picked up there, and also the level of temperature he might be carrying through the race as well.
Yeah, he probably was a little bit cooler headed than he's going to be now that he's deeper in the field and had a little bit of help getting there. So watch out for that 87 machine. But up front will be Ryan Bird this time. Justin Sipes just outside him. Pace car's up. Green flag will be back in the air. 49 gets a good start, so he's probably got some something up his sleeve here as he gets some fresh air over the nose of his machine.
Yeah, being able to control that restart definitely helped him there, as he is out to a little bit of a lead. Chisholm's too wide, about 3 or 4 back here, trying to work his way back up to the lead where he was before he had that chrome horn applied.
He's got a fast car, and he's able to work that higher line ever so methodically and starting to inch his way back up towards the front. Meanwhile, Ryan Bird able to hold off the 55 of Justin Sipes, but for how long? He's also got Braxton DeWeese behind him in 3rd. Looking through the field, here's some notables. Sean Huffstutler up 13 spots from where he started, so working his way through the field, broke the top 10 recently, worked his way up to 9th place. Keep your eyes on him as lap 64 underway.
Yeah, you can see these top 4 starting to do that little bit of accordion effect as they come in and out of the corners.
Yeah, we had just talked about the 9, and he gets into trouble with a whole host of others.
999.
Blue car is the 9 there, so he gets help to get turned around by the 99, and then from there on out, same old story. A few cars across the track, and you got it closed up, and especially when you've got some that refuse to just hold up when the field comes around. But that's a story for another time.
Yeah, so about halfway through this race here.
Yes, sir, halfway through. We'll jump through our field real quick, see how far we can get through it. Ryan Bird sitting in first in this 49 machine. Found his way up there with the help of Justin Sipes, who's sitting in second. Braxton DeWeese holding on to 3rd currently. Mason Cassidy dropping back to 4th. He's got the 87 machine of Dominic Chisholm, who's dominating the first part of this race. Got a little help dropping back to 5th now. Aaron Kralik up 8 spots to 6th place, that 01 machine. He's got Danny Cochran, who's up 4 spots to 7th in that beautiful 2 machine here. 97 right behind him, that's Philip York, rolling in 8th spot. 00 of Ethan Smith. Got the Jimmy Phillips Memorial paint job on the hood there. He's sitting in 9th. Billy Cassidy in the 72 machine's up 9 spots to hold on to top 10 right now. We roll lap 70 when we get by the line. Todd Lamphere is sitting in the 11th position. Robin Hattenbach behind him in the 99. 12th. John Huffstut that we just saw get into some trouble, going to hold on to 13th. Christopher Smith in 14th. Isaac Shelley in 98th, rolling 15th. Jim Duda in 16th in the 053. Justin Potter is in 17th. Owen Joyce 18th. Off track. Dakota Mona is 19th off track. Evan Burke 20th. Thomas Walter 21st. Jorge Fonseca all off track. Sitting in 22nd. Back up front, green flag is back in the air. Ryan Bird continues to lead, and we got the 55 right behind him getting sideways, trying to take that lead away.
As the 71 gets loose and almost goes into the wall, Mason Cassidy there. He is back going just in that outside row. That allows Dominic Chisholm to get back up into 4th position.
Oh, the 2 getting some help into the wall there. The 98 got into the 2 a bit. He caught the wall, something fierce there. Hitting everything but the lottery. Heard that one today on TV.
These guys definitely are all over the place. The 55, oh, goes a little wide. Does that 51, and
yeah, the 51 goes wide.
Can't keep that speed up there.
51, I'm thinking, so
there's a lap down, looks like.
Yeah, but I think he's wearing the wrong number, or the wrong numbers associated on the sim.
Yeah.
The slow car down to the bottom here is the 60. I'm not sure what car that was. The 2 cars taking it down to pit road.
Looks like Cochran is down pit road. The 053 of Jim Duda is in the pits. Christopher Smith hit the pit lane.
Yeah, you know, once you get enough damage done to some of one of these cars, you know, it starts handling starts to go away, and it's a danger to be out there, and you got to park it. I'm sure we've seen a handful of those type of cars. Gonna have to call it a night. Ryan Bird still leading in the 49 machine. He gets sideways, goes up the hill. Oh, I apologize. That was not him. That was actually the 00 of Ethan Smith getting up out of the way.
I would say these guys are coming up on some lap traffic pretty quick here, but Ryan Bird seems to be able to make his way through that lap traffic with Sipes and Cochran, or Chisholm. All right.
Yeah, Ryan Bird doing an excellent job at just holding that inside line real smooth through the corner, and that's keeping the 55 off his back bumper. But don't look now. Dominic Chisholm has caught the 55. Let's see if he's got a little payback in his vocabulary, or if he's going to try to just get by the 55 cleanly. Oh, I'm not sure the 55 got help there or not, but it was real close. He's going to give him the chrome horn possibly and get by the 55. That's Dominic Chisholm making his way now back up to the 49. As possibly a little bit of payback from earlier when we saw the 55 get into the 87. Pays it back, and now going to go chase down that top spot and see if he can't get it back.
Yeah, I definitely think that was a little bit of payback. Able to stay straight and up into second place. So if we do get another caution, he's going to be right there on that outside row, and we've seen how he can restart.
I do like how, you know, that was the epitome of a bump and run. You know, it's a nice little tap, got the car in front of you sideways, was able to get by, and you know, the 55 of Sipes didn't lose it. You know, that obviously has a lot to say for the 55. But I don't think the 87 did anything really wrong there. Kind of did it the right way, if there is a right way to give you the bump and run. But here he is on the bumper of the 49.
We're going to probably see it here again.
That's what this short track racing is all about.
Yeah, if he gets it, he gets back to him here. I'll bet we see it this corner. Oh, slides
all over that rear
just
bumper.
Down.
We'll jump back for the wider view there to see just how close he is. Got some lap traffic there, taking that high route. 87's now got his nose underneath the 49 of Ryan Bird.
And he's trying everything he can to get back out front. And as these two are battling up here, it also brings in the 15 of Braxton DeWeese here.
Yeah, DeWeese right on the bumper now of the 87, as the 87's having trouble getting past the 49, and that's really going to kind of bring everybody back up to the front if the 87 can't get by him. The 55 as well of Justin Sipes back into the mix now.
Yeah, Chisholm is looking for every way he can to get past him. Had that lap car and almost was able to make that pass then, but right now he's into that outside wall. Just a little bump there.
3 of those cars brushing up onto the wall. 3 of those top 4 cars that are in the line there. You see 55 with Justin Sipes, the tail end of those 4, but now Mason Cassidy, who's sitting 5th, starting to creep up and catch this pack as well. Then a little bit of a gap back to Aaron Kralik, Philip York, and Billy Cassidy. Kind of deeper back in the field here. Top 10 though, so pretty good run still.
And these guys have got it sorted out as Sipes is trying to make that pass for 3rd place here on Braxton DeWeese.
Sipes
side by side.
There. 15 on the outside there as they are door to door through 3 and 4. Spread out just a little bit as they come across the line. The 55 can't quite make that pass complete. Meanwhile, up front, the 87 is all over the bumper of the 49 of Ryan Bird. 87 trying to get that top spot back. Dominant early in this race.
He's definitely looking for that spot. But Ryan Bird, didn't talk about him too much earlier in the race. Came to the front about 30 laps or so ago and hasn't really looked back since, as they're starting to hit that lap traffic here shortly.
Yeah, Sean
Just half a straightaway away.
Huffstutler, that's a tough one. Huffstutler here in 12th. He's up 10 spots from where he started and still about to go a lap down here as Ryan Bird and Chisholm are about to catch him. So that'll leave 11 cars on the lead lap as we get to lap 101. Well, not quite yet. Still have to catch him and get past him. But speaking of passes, Dominic Chisholm almost has that pass for the lead complete as they come out of 4. Nose to tail, 49 loose a little bit. That's going to open the door for the 15, I think.
15 right back to his back bumper. He's looking to follow Chisholm right through that hole and just wasn't able to do it, even with that 49 getting a little bit loose. But back up front, where he started the race and dominated his heat, Dominic Chisholm is driving away again.
Dominic Chisholm, top spot. Ryan Bird in that 49 got shifted back to 2nd as we see the 15 of Braxton DeWeese, our 3rd place car, right on the bumper of the 49. 49 loose a little bit there, going to open the door just a bit. 15 is going to capitalize. Meanwhile, 55 of Justin Sipes is looking on from 4th as they caught that 9 machine. The 87 gets by no problem.
Yeah, the 87 caught him at just the right time, and the other guys had to slow down to kind of figure out where he was going to go. So that slowed them all down and allowed Chisholm to get out to almost the 2nd lead again. 15 and is down to the inside.
20 laps to go here. Sorry to cut you off there. Did not mean to. The 87 back up front, leading with less than 20 to go now. I think that it's his race to lose at this point. Braxton DeWeese now in the 15 makes a pass on the 55 of Justin Sipes to take over 2nd place. Ryan Bird drops all the way back to 4th with Mason Cassidy holding on to that top 5 position.
Yeah, that's the thing you got to worry about too when you're talking 100 laps on these set of tires. I mean, they're going to start getting loose. They're going to get squirrely. And it's going to be who's able to save their tires for that first part of the race if they're going to make their way towards the front of the field here.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that until you just talked about tires. I mean, it wasn't even anything in our conversations here, because you can't. There's no changing of tires in this series, and so you don't have anything extra. What you brought is what you got, and if you beat them up early on, you're gonna have trouble here with 15 to go. You're gonna be all over the place. It looks like at least our top 4 or 5 aren't in trouble, but they're the pace definitely slowed down just a little bit, and Dominic Chisholm's able to dominate once again up front.
Yeah, the first part of the race they were running 14 flat or thereabouts, and now they're getting closer to that 15-second mark. So, and you can kind of see the 55 of Sipes there getting a little bit loose, coming off the corners. And I imagine there's some of these guys that basically feel like they're on ice skates.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Justin Sipes, one of them. You saw him getting sideways a couple of laps in a row now. Dominic Chisholm, first place. Braxton Dewey, second. Justin Sipes holding on. Our top 3. We'll talk to our top 3 in the booth when this one comes to an end, so stay tuned. Chisholm, Dewey, Sipes currently our podium drivers. Or we'll talk to whoever we can here. 10 to go.
Coming up on 2 lap cars there.
Yeah,
one of them jumps up out of the way, but man.
If you're the 87, you really got to be holding your breath with some of these lap cars. It looks like there's a lot of respect out there right now. Some of these guys are just getting up high out of the way, so not too much to worry about. But you know, I said it not too long ago. This is Dominic's race to lose at this point, and you'd hate to have it be a loss because you lost track of a lap car here and got some late trouble here. 8 to go. 7 when the 87 machine gets back around. Taking a look here quickly through our field before it's over. Billy Cassidy, our current hard charger or top mover of the race, up 11 spots from where he started in the 72 machine, rolling 8th place right now. See where he can bring that one across the line when the checkered flag finishes. 6 laps to go now as the 87 comes down the backstretch. He's still got the 15 in his, the 15's got the 87 in his sights now. So I'm wondering if the 15 was holding on to something, had something in his back pocket here, or maybe the 87's got some tire wear going on from having to fight his way back to the front. But it looks like Braxton DeWeese might have a little bit of a faster pace here on this 87 machine of Dominic Chisholm. 4 laps to go.
That definitely looks like he might, as he's closing in pretty well. He's right now the only one that has a chance to run down that 87 machine. That 87 machine's been dominant all night, but Braxton DeWeese looking to make his way up to that top spot as the 87 gets a little bit loose coming off that corner.
We'll keep our eyes right here on this battle as we come across the line with 2 to go. The 15 chasing down the 87 of Dominic Chisholm, who's been pretty dominant. Will he give him the bumper? We've seen the bump and run a few times already in this race. Is it the 15's turn? A little bit of a tap there as he gets on the inside. White flag as we come across the line here. 15's on the inside of the 87.
Side by side down the backstretch they go. 15 has a little bit of a run. See if he can beat him to the corner, and he does. We'll see if that is the pass for the win, and it is. Braxton DeWeese wins here at Southern National Motorsports Park.
Last lap, last corner pass for the win here from Braxton DeWeese. What an amazing fight there as he passes the 87 to take the lead right at the end when it mattered. He'll burn him down.
And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that's probably going to be pretty close to giving him the season's point lead too.
Well, that's an amazing run for him tonight then. Big points day. And a big win here at Southern Motorsports National Park. See if we've got any of our top drivers in our driver's lounge. See if we can get a word from anybody here. We've got
We'll see if they jump up here into the chat here.
Yeah, we'll give him some time as Braxton DeWeese burns him down. I'll pull up the race results as take a look at who we've got available. So for our feature results, Braxton DeWeese is going to take the top spot away from Dominic Chisholm in the last lap, last corner pass for the win. Justin Sipes is going to come across the line in that 55 machine in third. And Ryan Bird falls back to fourth there in that 49 machine. Mason Cassidy held on to fifth place for a very long time and comes across the checkered flag or the start-finish line in fifth. Aaron Kralik comes across sixth in that 01 machine. Philip York in the 97 car finishes seventh. Billy Cassidy rolls across eighth. Rob Hattenbach ninth. Christopher Smith is going to round out our top 10 in that 21 machine.
Todd Lamp.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Todd Lamphere brings home P11. Sean Huffstetler in 12th. Ethan Smith finishes 13th. Isaac Shelley, Justin Potter round out the top 15. Jim Duda was able to only finish 8 laps down. Danny Cochran, Owen Joyce both had rough days here, finishing 17th and 18th.
So round out our finishing as we got Dominic Chisholm, our second place driver here. Dominic, Cliff, and Mike up in the SRM booth. You got us?
Yes, sir. What's up?
Well, a wild finish there to what was a very eventful race. Thought we honestly thought this was going to end a little bit differently. You had the fastest car, I would imagine, all night. And take us through the end of the race there from your vantage point.
Well, I feel like most of my race got half what thrown away by when I got hit in the rear by like the halfway mark, and I lost control and got sent to 7th place or something. Honestly, I didn't think I was gonna make that back up, but a little bit of aggressive moves, but clean moves to get back up front. And I feel like I burned my stuff up making my way up there. So by the time I got up to first, I used my stuff up, but I still tried to get away as fast as possible. And then I think it was just tire wear eventually, and the 15 car caught up to me. Overall, it was just some great racing. Honestly, I'm proud of what I got after falling back and then making that back up, because it's pretty hard to pass here. So, second place is great from what I had during this race. Falling back to 7th, 6th, and then making my way back up. It's pretty good, but definitely a great finish. Another great finish to put in the books here. But just congrats to Braxton for a great strategized race and a great move to finish.
Yeah, it was just as we suspected. We thought you probably burned up your stuff having to fight back to the front after getting shook back, taking a little bit of the chrome bumper.
Yep.
So, we saw it. You definitely worked your way back up front and then got it a little bit again. So, wild end of the race there. Definitely feel for you, but a P2 is not too shabby. So, congrats there. Anyone you wanna shout out to before we send you back?
First I want to thank Virtual American Short Track Tour for hosting this event and letting me compete here. Some great clean racing, great competitive drivers, and then Sim Racing Media for hosting the show on YouTube. A lot of people probably, it was a great race. Hope everyone enjoyed. And my IRL sponsor, Coastal Car Care, Switchables, Coastal Hem Company, and then DWA Racing team I'm on. Great fast cars. But just everyone really in the community.
All right, well, congrats again, and hopefully you can ride this wave in next week and have some
Yeah,
more
we'll
luck.
try next week. Yep. Thank you.
There you have it, Dominic Chisholm dominating the race, but unfortunately was not able to be there when it mattered. But however, Braxton it's Cliff and Mike up in the SRM booth. You got us? Braxton, of course, finishing in the top spot here, taking the final corner, final
All right,
lap
there I
when it
am.
mattered. There he is,
There we go.
Braxton.
Yep,
Congrats,
I'm
man,
here.
on
I'm
the
here.
congrats on the big win. I dare to say it, we didn't see that coming, but you were there when it mattered. Take us through your race, my man.
Yeah, I definitely didn't expect to be up there. Gaining on him there at the last couple laps, going for the win. But it's always good and always motivating when you see that happening. So you're like, all right, let's keep this going. But you don't want to overdrive it. So I was trying to keep it as smooth as possible. Couple times I overdrove it, and I got on myself about that. So I was like, all right, let's clean this up. We actually have a chance here if we can keep it smooth possibly. So that's what I wanted to do. And I wouldn't be able to do anything on the bottom unless I moved him up the track like that, and that's exactly what I wanted to do. Nothing too major to like wreck him or anything, but for us to be side by side, he still had a shot on the outside. So I thought that was a pretty clean short track move for that race. There's a lot of wrecks and whatnot, but I'm glad I could pull that move off and get the run off on the bottom. I was seeing that the run was kind of coming off the top if you could do it right, kind of just pinch him down a teeny bit, but glad we could do that and come out with a victory here for our first win in the league.
Oh, congrats! And I'm looking quickly at the leaderboard. It looks like you're gonna probably take the top spot away from Cochran. So overall, great day for the 15 team. Mike, you got anything for Braxton?
No, man. I mean, you just had to lead the last lap. That's the only one that mattered, right? Heck of a
That's right.
race. I mean, you definitely had the right strategy. Looked like you were kind of sitting pretty there, stayed out of the cautions, and were at the right place at the right time.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely missing that wreck out of 4 and going down low and putting me in a third helped me out a lot to get me into that position to try to go and battle for the win. But yeah, like you said, just keeping out of trouble and just kind of just running my own race, just pacing it out. And I wasn't trying to overdo it, but I didn't want to underdo it. So, like I said, definitely glad that we come out on top.
Well, congrats again, Braxton. We'll send you back to celebrate, but before we do you have anyone you want to shout out to?
Most definitely. I got a lot of sponsors and supporters I want to say a big, huge thanks to. We tried the NIS Daytona 500, the fixed and open series, got second in the fixed race, and we had a great car for the open race and had a shot for the win and got wrecked with about 30 some to go. So I'm glad I can get all my sponsors, supporters to win, and they are the Jeff Schmidt Auto Group, Scott Martin that works there, the salesman. He's a very good salesman. You can go get a car from him there. I also want to thank Reaper Speed Lab, Allen's Arts Images, Blaze Designs, GP Diecast, Scrub and Tires Podcast, and everybody that helps the 15 BDR super late model go around the track. So hopefully we can go and have a good points day next week and maybe come out with a win. But I'm just hoping to keep that points lead for the majority of the season and hopefully have it at the end of the year.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Very well said. Well, congrats again on P1, and hopefully you can take this on to next week and have some more luck there.
Yes, sir. I definitely hope. I sure hope so. We're definitely gonna get more practice and try to see if we can be a little bit better, run up front a little bit more. So I appreciate it, and y'all have a good one.
Well, there you have it, our top finisher. We got third place here now, and just showed up a little late. Better late than never. Justin, Cliff, and Mike in the booth. You got us?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Justin. Really solid race for you. Basically all night long. Real quiet from that 55, although quite a few, we'll call them moments out there. Take us through your race, man.
Oh, it was rough. Not a fun track to drive on, honestly. Now we started all right. I mean, it was kind of, wishy-washy with all those cautions and not really able to get going. And I got a little antsy and got in the back of Dominic. I didn't mean to. It was the best restart that I had all night and just overcooked it into 3. But other than that, I mean, it was really nice to have a somewhat quiet night just because we've been riddled with problems all year. But, didn't have to battle back from anything, was able to stay up in the top 5 all day and come away with a third. Feels pretty good.
Yeah, like I said, solid day for you and the 55 team. Can't complain for a P3 here from what was a very eventful, action-packed night. Short track racing under the lights, plenty of beating and banging here tonight, and you survived for a P3. So that's a huge win in my book. Anyone you want to say hello to or shout out before we send you on your way?
I just want to thank you guys for doing the broadcast, VASTT for all they do, keeping the league running and everything, and then Premier Race Graphics, Liberty Auctions, Hometown Auto Repair, and Thompson and Thompson Service Group. And that's it for me.
All right, Justin, we'll appreciate you stopping by to give us a word. Congrats again, and hopefully this luck follows you into next week.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Y'all have a good one.
You too. All right, Michael, that will do it for us. Any last words from your side of things?
No, it was just a heck of a race. Started off a little rough, but those last 40, 50 laps was what we kind of expected. A little beating and banging, but nothing too much, and we had a heck of a finish. Last corner, last lap pass for the win.
Absolutely action-packed, to say the least, for this virtual American short track tour. I was happy to stop on by and cover for Liam, and had a blast while I was here. It all went pretty fast, all things considered, so I might tune in next week, same time, same channel, right here on Sim Racing Media, to catch these guys again. But for everyone back here at Sim Racing Media and everyone up here in the booth, Mike and myself, we thank you for watching and have a great night.